You're writing blog posts, putting them out there, but it seems like no one is listening and you're just like, where are my people at? Welcome back to VOH TV and another instalment of the Blogging Basics series. The most important thing when it comes to getting more blog followers or growing your traffic is understanding your audience and creating content that they want. And I know a lot of you are just getting your blogs up and running, so you don't really want to spend a lot of money on this either. You're not ready to pay for Facebook ads or anything like that, but you still want those followers to come to you. Blog followers aren't really like social media followers. As soon as you put something on social media, you instantly start getting engagement. You instantly start getting those likes, comments and shares. With your blog traffic and your followers, it's more of a long-term game, and you need to learn how to play that game the right way. And in order to do that, you need to be creating content around the right keywords so you can be found by your target audience because you are creating the right content. So we're going to get into all of that in just a second, but before we do, make sure you are subscribed to this channel, especially during the month of April, because I'm uploading one new video as part of this exclusive series and I really don't want you to miss out. Step number one is hands down the most important thing you can do to build the foundations of your blog, and that is to create a content strategy. I know some bloggers prefer to be spontaneous, but I really think you need to get this down if you want the right traffic and the right followers coming to your blog. So here are a few things to remember when it comes to your content strategy. Prepare for internal linking. You want to keep people on your website for as long as possible, and internal linking is the best way to do that. So if you've got a new blog post and you want it to do really, really well, you can go back to your old blog posts and include the link to your new post within those old posts where it's relevant. This will keep people on your site for longer, which will increase your traffic, followers, and authority. So don't think of your blog posts as individual things. Think of them as articles that flow on from one another. Another thing you need to think about is your keyword. So for every single blog post that you create, you should be picking one keyword phrase for it. Now you want to aim for a long tail keyword. So let's say that you are a food blogger. I always use the food blogger example. You could just write a blog post on how to cook, or you could go a bit deeper and write a post on how to cook vegan, or you could go even deeper than that and write a blog post on how to cook vegan lunches or how to cook vegan for beginners. The more specific you are, the better. And the final thing I want to touch on as part of your content strategy is focusing on trends. It's like anything. If you talk about a trending topic or a really popular influencer, you're instantly going to get more followers and traffic because people are going to be talking about that thing. But the key is to not make it time sensitive. Make sure that it's an evergreen piece of content. You could write a blog post on how to create an amazing strategy like such a person, and then when you share it on social media and tag them in it, it's really likely that they're going to share it. If any of that made sense to you, put "I'm bossing it" in the comments, and I know you. I know you're going to put "I'm bossing it" in the comments. Step number two is to check out your competition. Now, I don't really like calling it competition because I believe that if you are yourself and you use your own experience and expertise, then that's the most important thing. But there are lots of people who are blogging in every single niche, and I know that can feel really intimidating. So how do you stand out? It's like I just said, you use your own experience and your own expertise. What I want you to do is create a list of all the blogs that are in your niche and then check them out on social media and see what content people are interacting with and what content people aren't interacting with as much. And then most importantly, what you can add and how you can make it better, because your experience makes you even more of an expertise on that topic. That's what's going to make you stand out. Step number 3 is to make your introductions amazing. So one of the biggest mistakes you can make with your blog post is doing a really long-winded introduction before you get to what people have actually come to the blog post for, and your readers want to be either inspired, entertained, or educated. Focus on getting to that as soon as possible within your content so people read your whole post, which will then increase your time on page. A great formula to follow is situation, problem, result. So you start off by outlining a situation and hook them into it so that they can relate to it. Then you go on to enhance the problem that's being caused in this situation. And finally, you show the reader what they can get if they read your specific post. And then you show the reader the result that they could get if they read your blog post. So what specific thing are they going to get out of reading this piece of content? So for example, if I was writing a blog post on this topic, the situation would be, we all want more blog followers. The problem would be, but there's so much noise out there that it's just really hard to stand out. And the result will be, if you read this blog post, you'll have the exact process to get more blog followers. So you want to include all of those things in your introduction and then straight away get onto the meat of your content. Step number 4 is to interlink. Now, what I mean by interlinking your blog posts is making sure that when you look at your editorial calendar for the month ahead, that all your blog posts link together. So you write a blog post on how to get more blog followers, then you write a post on how to make your SEO strategy better, then you write a blog post on how to increase your traffic. They all interlink and cross-promote with one another. And if you do that and link to your other posts within that specific post, not only will this increase your sessions and page views, but it'll also really increase time on page, and that's important. So think about how you can cross-promote and make sure that your blog posts all flow on from one another. And if you're struggling to come up with blog post ideas that your audience actually wants to read, maybe try and think outside of your core topic box of ideas and see what other people are talking about in your industry that you could cover too. Step number 5 is contribution. I'm saying the word contribute instead of guest posting because if you go into something thinking about contributing long term, it's going to get you even better results. So the first thing that I will say is that you need to find the right thing to contribute to. And I know there are so many websites, blogs, and publications out there that will allow you to share your voice. Another thing I would say is to focus on making connections rather than selling yourself. So for instance, I run a monthly digital magazine called Blogging Breakthrough, and it's entirely run by contributors, but these contributors haven't turned up out of the blue. They've been interacting with me on Twitter and Instagram and making themselves known, so when they pitch me their article ideas, I'm aware of who they are already. That really works. Oh, I just love that. And make it easy for the person that you're getting in touch with too, the person that you want to contribute to. Don't just email them and ask them a general question. Give them an outline of what your article is going to be about so they just cannot say no. Step number 6 is to sort a social media posting schedule. So this is going to be key if you want more blog followers, because ain't nobody going to see your blog posts if you don't actually promote them. If you've been watching this channel for a while, then you'll have heard me go on about how social media can be really, really amazing. And that's because with a solid social media strategy in place, you can get some huge results. So on the day that you publish a blog post, you want to share it multiple times on Twitter, on your Instagram feed, in your story, pin it to all your group boards and your normal boards on Pinterest, your Facebook page, and in Facebook groups where there's a promo thread. This will boost the views of your content, give you more engagement as a whole, and increase traffic to your website. And then you want to keep sharing it. The average lifespan of a tweet is only 18 minutes, so think about how many people won't see it if you only tweet about it once. You want to share it the next day, the next week, the next month, and so on. So I would love to know your feedback about this. Please leave any thoughts you have in the comments below, and also let me know which of these strategies you are going to implement first. So now you know exactly how to get more blog followers, but how do you maintain that? How do you maintain the growth of your traffic? Well, make sure you sign up to my free resource library, because it's got so much valuable information in there, from social media posting schedules to blog post ideas and loads more. So I cannot wait to see you in there. That's all for today, bloggers. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe for more blogging basics so you can get one step closer to a breakthrough. You just bossed it.